Yes, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to GEA Fan TV. Kerry have started off their Super 8s campaign with a victory over Mayo at Kilarney, a 10-point victory against Mayo, winning out 122 to 15 points. Huge victory for Kerry, of course, the opening day of the Super 8s campaign. We know that Kerry struggled in the Super 8s last year. They didn't make it out of the group and ultimately went out of the All-Ireland series as a result. And yeah, guys, of course, first of all, if you are new around here, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. All that good stuff on this video or on this channel. We do everything GEA related. You're probably seeing the Kilkenny versus Cork game already today. I did make a match reaction for that, so do keep an eye out for that. But yeah, in general, guys, huge victory for Kerry. The game was very much won, I feel like, in the opening 15 to 20 minutes in many ways. I feel like Kerry, they capitalise a lot on Mayo's kickouts. David Clark struggled quite a lot for Mayo, particularly in that first half. And Kerry were able to just seemingly take advantage. You know, one thing about this Kerry side is we didn't quite see how they would cope against quality opposition. We've seen in their Munster final against Cork, they struggled to some respects. They nearly threw that game away. And of course, in their league campaign, when they have come up against top quality opposition, they've generally come up short. You know, lost to Mayo twice already in the league campaign. They lost to Mayo, of course, in the league final. So a lot of pressure coming on to Kerry into this game. Mayo have seemingly had the advantage over Kerry in the past coming years in the All-Ireland as well. So a lot of pressure coming onto this Kerry side, and to be perfectly honest, I'm very, very impressed. I didn't expect them to beat Mayo by this high margin, and to be perfectly honest with you, I fancied Mayo to actually beat Kerry in this game, but I was entirely wrong. And certainly in the first half, Kerry took significant advantage, as I was saying. The likes of David Clifford was absolutely outstanding. Sean O'Shea again had another fantastic game. James O'Donoghue was very bright in sparks, and of course Paul Gainey as well had another fantastic game for Kerry, or not so much another fantastic game, but he had his first real standout game of the year. He wasn't great against Cork, but he certainly was fantastic in this game. And Kerry were just a lot more comfortable in possession. They drove against Mayo. They didn't give Mayo time to breathe. It wasn't like when Kerry had possession, they were knocking it from side to side or they were trying to drag Mayo out. They just kept going for it, and I think that was very impressive from this Kerry side. It's the first time we've really seen that from Kerry at championship level, you know, in the All-Ireland series, you know, in quite some time. It's a big statement as well. You know, a lot of people, of course, in the moment will be saying that Donegal are the closest challengers to Dublin. I think some people might have changed their mind after this Kerry performance, and I'm certainly not far off behind that. Stephen O'Brien as well in midfield, the way he was driving at Mayo, his driving runs at times was very impressive. And Mayo just struggled with the pace of the game. And you know, at half time there were, I think, 9 points behind, and they never really recovered, Mayo. You know, even in the second half, probably the only player who can, you know, go home with a bit of a smile, and not much of a smile, would be Cillian O'Connor. He beat the record, of course, for the all-time scorer in the championship. So that was a huge achievement for Cillian O'Connor, and he did kick some fine points in this game as well. Probably his penalty miss, though, wouldn't have been his best moment. Had Mayo have scored that, maybe this might have been a different game. Even at that stage, though, that was going into the closing stages, so that might have been a bit much for Mayo. But in the overall aspect of things, a lot of Mayo's players who played well last week and weeks previous didn't quite stand out in this game. James Carr didn't have his best game for Mayo, and some of their other players as well didn't quite you know, stand out. Aidan O'Shea, I think, can do a lot better as well. I feel like in midfield at times he was trying to make things happen, but ultimately Kerry done a great job at keeping him at bay, and Mayo just didn't have enough cover. You know, overall, Lee Keegan as well didn't have a great game. He was fairly anonymous throughout the game, and even when he was being substituted, I actually forgot he was even on the pitch, to be perfectly honest with you. But look, listen, Mayo, they you can never count them out. They're, you know, even when they're beaten, they always find a way back. They always find a way to overturn things. Of course, they play Meath next weekend at Croke Park, I believe, so that will be a huge opportunity for them to overturn things for both counties, I suppose. But Mayo, certainly a lot of improvement was needed. There was a bit of a lack of fighting, between Mayo, specifically in those closing stages as well. I feel like if this was a game, like a knockout game, Mayo would have really went for this more. But I felt like they looked like they were beaten going into the last 15 to 20 minutes. It just didn't look like they were going to turn it around. Kerry looked like they were even going to increase their advantage even more. And in fact, that's what they did when they got that goal from Paul Gainey. So a lot of work needs to be done for Mayo. For Kerry, big result, of course. It would have been a huge loss had they lost this game going into Donegal next weekend. So huge opportunity now for Kerry. If they beat Donegal, they're in a fantastic position to win the group, avoid the dubs probably in the process, and have a great opportunity of reaching an All-Ireland final, which would be a huge achievement for this Kerry side. Of course, there was another game played earlier today. I didn't see too much of it because obviously I was keeping an eye on the Kilkenny-Cork hurling game. But Donegal did go ahead and beat Meath by 9 points. The result probably flattered Donegal quite a bit. Meath showed certainly signs that they do belong at this level, and specifically in the second half they pushed Donegal quite a bit, and they actually managed to pull the game level at one stage by getting a goal from a penalty. And I remember there was one chance actually, I think James Conlon went through, and it might have been James Conlon, I can't quite remember, where he hit the ball over the bar. It was a one-on-one opportunity. Meath could have even taken the lead at that point, but Donegal in the end, of course, they pulled through. They had the victory in the end. They showed their class in the closing stages. Some questions will be asked of that Donegal side because they struggled with Meath's forwards at times, but ultimately did go ahead and get the victory and get the win. So yeah, guys, wins of course for Donegal, wins for Kerry as well. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Am I right? Am I wrong? But Kerry, in my opinion, looking very strong now to go through to the All-Ireland semis. Anyway, my name is Aaron and I will catch you all next time, lads.